And tonight, great matchup for you. San Antonio will take on the Los Angeles Lakers, and for the second year in a row, it's an opportunity for the Lakers to come back from 2 games down and try to win and face off elimination. They've done it in the past under Phil Jackson. They did it twice last year, Game 6 and Game 7 against the Sacramento Kings. Can they do it again tonight? It's do or die time.
Last year in the Western Conference Finals, trailing 3-2 to Sacramento, Kobe Bryant called Shaquille O'Neal and said, "Big fella, I need you in Game 6. What have you said to Shaq in the last 24 hours, Kobe?
Well, we talked just before the game, and we both basically said we've come too far, to let our championship season slip away right now. So we're going to come out, win this game, and then go up there for Game 7.
With this team banged up and hurting as much as they have, how can you afford going into a double-digit deficit as you have in the last couple of games?
Oh, we're not worried about that. What we're going to do is go out and play hard from the opening tip, and then read the situation, and then, just deal with it as the game goes on.
Tim Duncan wants to close this thing out here tonight. It's awfully tough to close you guys out, particularly at Staples. What makes you confident?
Well, we just keep on fighting. We have a lot of excuses, with injuries or, guys being out, Rick not being here, and so forth and so on. Our nucleus is a little botched up right now. But nonetheless, we're going to come out there and we're going to play. We're not going to make excuses.
Kobe, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
As far as the Spurs go, Tim Duncan has said, leading 3-2, we have got to close this thing out. That's a tall task, considering the Lakers have never lost an elimination game under Phil Jackson. Greg Popovich told me a few minutes ago he expects Shaquille O'Neal to have an absolute monster game tonight after a subpar Game 5. Popovich knows his team is young. The nerves have reared their ugly head in the fourth quarter of the last couple of games, but Popovich has implored his team to think about one thing and one thing only. That's execution in this game, playing hard. Don't think about 2 games to win one. Just think about winning tonight. Back to you, Brad.
Robert Horry, who missed what would have been a game-winning 3-pointer in Game 5. You got Tim Duncan in the air here and feeds low to Shaq.
And he wasn't doing that 2 or 3 games ago. He would have caught that ball and passed it off as quickly as possible. That time, making an aggressive offensive move, sucking in Shaq's defender, and then a great bounce pass to Shaq.
And 5 on the shot clock. Bowen's been great from 3-point land in the playoffs. O'Neal, a one-hander over Robinson, a little too hard. Jackson will pull down the rebound.
If you're San Antonio, you're younger, you're healthier, you're fresher, you're deeper. Run them out of here. Run until the Lakers quit.
Backdoor cut by Parker. Beautiful pass by Robinson.
He couldn't even see Tony Parker when he let that pass go. He just put it in the spot where he knew Tony Parker would eventually be.
Kobe Bryant in traffic, and Horry will take it over Duncan and got it.
You look at his stats, and we've all said he has struggled shooting. He struggled from beyond the arc, but you look at the playoffs, 2-point field goal attempts, he's right at 50%.
Kobe just flies in on the baseline over everybody. Owens had the assignment for most of this series of matching up with a guy right there to his left, Kobe Bryant. That's not easy work.
I asked him before the game, how do you guard him? And he said, you really just go out there and try to make sure you keep a hand up every time he makes a shot. Don't let him get any easy looks. But when he gets 25, 26 shots a game, he understands he's going to score on it.
And on that reverse layup, there's nothing you can do.
The look-off pass is what frees that up.
Duncan goes over Robert Horry that time. Here's Duncan again against Horry. And the dish underneath to Robinson. Nifty.
Shaq tried to sneak over there. He left Robinson all alone.
At the movement of Duncan, he is tooling Robert Horry right now.
O'Neal. Whoa. Through everybody and fouled.
Well, the determination of Shaquille O'Neal.
Horry, the 3 rims out. Shaq keeps it alive.
On the offensive glass.
Fisher. And he's been brilliant from 3-point land. That's just inside the line. Duncan finds the handle and scores. Almost had it stripped by Devin George. And Tim Duncan's got 5.
Well, keep an eye on where Tim Duncan is able to receive the ball on the post. When he receives it with 1 foot in the paint, you can almost count it. And watch when he receives it outside the paint.
5 on the shot clock for Duncan on the baseline. He does it in a lot of different ways.
Virtually unstoppable with the variety of his moves. And the way he's playing right now, he is going to force Phil Jackson to put Shaquille O'Neal on him.
Here's Shaq on the offensive end, goes right past Robinson. O'Neal was 6. Now it's Duncan outside.
He may want. It's like he's playing around the world right now. Just picking spots. Yep. Step out, hit a three. Look out.
Shaq inside off the pick and roll over everybody. Jackson on a baseline jumper, and he got it.
The Spurs have hit their last 4 shots here. I'd come right back to Duncan.
There it is. He'll go up and over Rory.
The runner. I don't think he's duplicated a shot yet. They've all been different.
Kobe up and over. Kobe Bryant was 6. And Shaquille O'Neal with a block. And now running the floor with Devin George. And George in a lot of pain.
Oh.
Fisher got hammered and he hit the 3. Chance for a 4-point play as Parker fouls Fisher. And it's a 4-point play for Derek Fisher, and it's a 1-point game.
Lakers still with the press of their own as Shaq sits out for a minute. Spurs having trouble. Got to attack.
Yep, got to attack the press. Once you beat it, go.
Claxton in trouble. Got it to Malik Rose. Ginobili to Duncan. And Tim Duncan has scored 10 of the last 12 Spurs points.
You can't do it any better.
But none of those have been hard points.
Well,
just effortless, not the kind that's going to wear him out.
Rose the kick out. Ginobili's wide open for 3.
Oh, what a
Almost
pass.
missed
What
the
a
backboard.
pass.
Duncan again. Duncan right there where he needed to be as he continues to just dominate the first quarter. Bryant misses. Rose, nice rebound.
Such a tough shot attempt by Kobe Bryant. Kobe's the guy that can get that done. You can go 3 for 1.
There he is, 4-3. Got it. Spurs 65% in the first quarter. What a assist by Kobe Bryant. David Robinson to Ginobili. Claxton back to Robinson, and he's just stuffed by Shaquille O'Neal, and it's a jump ball. Here's Rose, and he rips it from outside.
This is the guy I think who has to come alive. He's been so valuable for San Antonio during the course of the regular season.
Ginobili, nice job defensively, plays the passing lanes as well as anybody on the Spurs, and he comes up with a steal.
Nice pass.
Still missed again who we were talking about. Duncan with those 2 fouls, and he sat out quite a while.
He can't be tentative here. He just has to play his normal game.
And 2 of the best assists of the night so far as well. Sets a pick for Ginobili. He goes all the way and gets it outside to Parker, wide open. Tony Parker knocks it down.
Again, the attack of Shaq, take it all the way to him.
Well, they can shoot 20% in this series right here and still get a bucket. How about a 1 for 5?
There he got it.
Shaquille O'Neal is a tough shot. No momentum, no space whatsoever. Robinson did everything possible, and Shaq just too good.
Ginobili, 7 on the shot clock, got a pick from Robinson, and he buried the jumper. Medvedenko's too open not to take it, and he knocks it down.
Medvedenko getting the call instead of Mark Madsen today and delivering huge fashion.
Parker, and he's fouled.
With Tony Parker at the line, it was interesting to hear Greg Popovich talk about Tony prior to the game. The relationship that he has with him, this 20-year-old point guard, the youngest in the NBA. He just is very concerned that Tony Parker remains true to himself. He's not going to be a John Stockton. This guy is a scorer. This guy's a gunner. He's a speed merchant. He's got to just let him go out there. Nice pass back
To himself.
And now Medvedenko. Stanislav Medvedenko, 6 in the quarter for Slava. Bryant trying to give it back to Shaq in the lane, throws it away, and here come Parker and Jackson. Tony Parker, a fadeaway, and he got it.
Gotta love those, don't you?
Bowen again continues to deny possession to Kobe.
Got him, Paul. What a nice feed. Everybody thought Kobe was going to take the baseline jumper, except Shaq, who said, I'll take it. Parker and Fisher collide. Bryant coming the other way. Kobe Bryant. Duncan hasn't shot since he's come back in. Gets it out to Parker for 3, and Tony Parker. 2 threes in this quarter. 11 points for the first half for Tony Parker. Shaw zips a pass over to Kobe. Kobe's hit his last 2. A 13-point first half for Kobe Bryant. O'Neal backing in on Rose. The hook for Shaq. Shaq's got 16.
I just feel like you want to go out there and, I don't know, give Rose some help. Give an extra 50 pounds.
Oh, Tony Parker, what a quarter he's having. O'Neal backing in on Rose. Here he goes with the right hand in the paint.
He's going to make some of those. And you might have to give up 40 or 50 points.
Tim Duncan with the offensive rebound and puts it back in. His first points of the quarter. Tim Duncan's 8 out of 10 from the floor.
Well, they're not going to double team Shaq. That's not their game plan.
There's the baseline. And a chance for a three-point play.
Well, he's just doing it all right now. And as Bill said, when you're one of the greatest players in the game, you're going to get yours.
Shaq's got all those things, and he's got 21 points to boot.
In one of their recent championship runs, the Lakers won the whole thing in 16 games. If this series goes 7 games, that will be 13 games the Lakers will have played just to get to the Western Conference Finals.
Tom said a long time ago if they were going to get there, to be their toughest test. And Tim Duncan starting to pick back up where he left off in the first quarter. Medvedenko over Duncan. Duncan got the rebound, and he'll lead the break. Look at this.
Give it up.
Look out, look out.
Got it to Rose, and Rose got the bucket. Kobe Bryant trying to get around Bowen and trying to tie the game, and does. Duncan knew he was going to miss it, got his own rebound, and now it's tipped in by Robinson. And now a block shot by Duncan.
Is this the guy you want handling the ball in the middle of a break?
Bowen gave up a 3 where he's been so efficient, but he got a 2 inside. Tony Parker out to Duncan. He'll try it again. Got it.
That's not really fair that he can play that.
After our 54-54 tie, it's 6 straight points for the Spurs, almost 8 straight as Parker went inside. Look at Shaq leaning on Duncan.
Tim Duncan was yelling at Joey Crawford saying, how much time are you going to give Shaq in the lane?
Devin George outside.
We got the big fella.
Devin George, can he do it again? Yes! Pass was a little deep, but Shaq one-handed it and threw it in off the glass. O'Neal's three-point play gives him 24. The lead for the Spurs is down to 2.
I think I'm going to call Duncan on the block this series. Crowd gets going. Quickest way to take him out of the game. Get it to your money guy.
There he is.
But they're not moving away from the ball.
Now someone's got to cut.
Over O'Neal, in and out. Duncan puts it back in. Spurs by 4. O'Neal against Rose again. Deeper this time with a hook.
They can't get too stubborn here and just stand around and watch Duncan go. You got to help him out.
That is a move right there. A quick inside pivot. Get Shaq stumbling.
Boy, even though you're trying to get into Duncan, you got to be cognizant of the fact that we got to move, we got to cut. As the other players, you got to stay involved and not just be caught standing around watching Tim.
Duncan up and under O'Neal somehow.
A pretty good show.
Duncan having to go one-on-one virtually every time. No movement without the ball. A virtually impossible shot.
Parker got the pass back to Duncan. Goes strong to the hoop and fouled again. There's a free throw story. Most of that is Shaq for the Lakers.
Frustrating for Kevin Willis, who's just dying to get out there and play. But with the matchups and Shaq on the bench right now, come with some scoring, some perimeter player, and extending defensive capabilities with Ferry.
Ferry and Duncan playing catch, and that's Duncan baseline. What a shot.
We're seeing a performance tonight. It might be Jack Nicholson time. Offensive foul, Kobe Bryant.
San Antonio trying to take command.
So little movement. Move without the ball. Set a screen for somebody.
Parker has to go long range with a shot clock winding down, and he nails it.
What were you saying, Bill?
Great set offense.
Fisher hasn't scored since the first quarter. He kicks it out. Kobe Bryant has a look. Got it! Big 3 by Kobe Bryant. Parker now running it up. through everybody with a teardrop. Tony Parker coast to coast. And it's still the Spurs. They led at the end of one. They led at halftime. They have stretched their lead now out to 9.
Well, two things to look forward to the San Antonio Spurs. Turnovers and missed free throws. Those have been their bugaboos, giving up fourth quarter leads.
And Tim Duncan just continues to go wild. The entry pass to O'Neal. Willis trying to body him up. Shaq goes on the baseline. That's great defense. Duncan another rebound. Duncan giving it off to Ginobili. Right back to Duncan. Blocked by O'Neal. No foul there. Duncan will try it again and got it.
This is a clinic.
At some point during this fourth quarter, the Lakers are going to make a run. Whether it's a 7-0 run, 6-0 run, how are they going to handle that? When they chop that lead in half to 5, 6 points, will they be able to respond?
Ginobili. Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe not. If they're making shots like that, they might not have to respond.
He just crossed Shaq out unbelievably. Shaq didn't know where he was going. Phil Jackson forced to take a timeout. When was the last time you saw this?
Well, you know, for me, I'm just going crazy over here. We have not stopped them defensively, and then offensively, we just haven't gotten it going. Every time that we had stopped them, then they would get the offensive rebound. Guys would run in from the perimeter and grab the offensive rebound. It's just, we're like 5 steps behind them. They want it right now at this point more than we want it, and they're putting out the effort both on offense and on defense.
Now, what about Shaq's knee? Jim Clemens told me at halftime he had no indication it was bothering him, but what's your assessment of his speed tonight?
Well, you know, right now, he's giving his best. I mean, of course, he's hurting a little bit, but you know what? There's no time for excuses. You just got to play basketball, and right now, they're playing better. And I tell you what, that big man down low, Tim Duncan, has just been unbelievable.
Yes.
I've never seen a big man with such great footwork. I think Kevin McHale is probably the closest guy, but this guy is just unbelievable tonight.
Magic, thanks. I hope you keep all those fingernails. Let's send it back to you, Brad.
A very honest assessment by not only a Lakers vice president, a former Laker great, but a fellow analyst and friend of ours from TNT. And boy, said a mouthful right now. San Antonio looks like they want it more. Shaw picks up the foul.
Oh, well, Greg Popovich and P.J. Carlissimo and the rest of the staff were standing out in front. Tony Parker took the coach's seat and was urging everyone on, telling how it was going to play out right now. But quickness to the ball. Kevin Willis tipping it in.
Willis with a tip in on the missed free throw, and it's a 15-point game. Time is running out. Kobe Bryant trying to go underneath, blocked by Duncan. Parker pushing it again for San Antonio. All the way for Tony Parker.
That was the easiest shot they've had in a long time.
O'Neal off the glass in the back of the iron, and it drops through for Shaq. 29 for O'Neal.
Parker should just try to blast right by Gennaro Pargo here, getting to the open court.
Well, he blasts by him all right, and the kick out to Ginobili. He'll take a three, and he got it.
Penetration and dish, championship style. Take it at the big man.
Pargo tried a three of his own. Shaq the miss and throws it in for 31. Parker, who was scolded by his coach earlier in this ball game, has played like a veteran leader now since that first quarter. Bowen. Boy, has he been huge from three-point land in the playoffs. Tony Parker takes a three, and Willis slams it home.
Throw it down. Phil Jackson's got to call a timeout. This is completely falling apart. But the three-time world champions, how are they ever going to dig themselves out of this hole?
Kobe Bryant, only 2 for 9 this half. 20-point Spurs advantage. Huge edge in rebounding, shooting great as they have the whole game. Duncan to Parker. That combo one way or another.
This is a blowout.
It really is. It's 22 right now.
Well, right now the Lakers aren't pondering three-point shot or two-point shot. They're pondering Jamaica or Hawaii.
Kobe Bryant off the glass. 20 for Kobe. The season started with Shaquille O'Neal's foot surgery, and he missed the beginning. Kobe Bryant tried to carry the team, and, well, he did with a string of 16 30-point games, a string of 9 straight 40-point games, and on his way to a 30-point average over the course of the season. But they had to battle back so hard. They were buried. Christmas time, we did their game, guys, and said, hey, they're going to have to play lights out just to make the playoffs. Well, they came back. They made the playoffs. They were pushed by Minnesota. They pushed Minnesota back You look at their owner now, just kind of staring on with 3.5 minutes to go. It's been a long, tough road for the Lakers. You can't win all of them, obviously, but they are going to have to put some different pieces together, Bill.
We got to give San Antonio their due, but you miss Rick Fox. That's a veteran. That's a guy who's won championships, can hit big shots, gives you some defensive intensity, which they didn't have tonight.
Tony Parker, as the shock on the faces of the Lakers, tells the story with 3 minutes left in this ball game.
All right, thank you very much, Brad. Jack, how disappointing is this for you?
Well, it's heartbreaking for me, but we've had a great ride with the Lakers. They're a great ball club. It's one of the great runs in the history of sport. San Antonio played great tonight. Best teams win 7-game series. Good officials tonight for a change. Always like it when Joey and Dick are here, but hats off to the Lakers. They're a great champion. They deserve everything. That's why all these people are still standing up for them. It's heartbreaking, but we're here.
Okay, go ahead, Jack. What do you think the difference was in this series?
Well, in this series tonight, see, they're hitting their shots in our ballpark tonight. That's really what always breaks it over. You can talk about all kinds of strategy. The 3 games we lost down there, we couldn't put the ball in the basket. That's what it boils down to in the end. But they played great. Shot goes down, Robert's shot goes down, could be different, but they beat him bad on their own floor tonight, so you can't complain about that at all.
Texas was a tough place for everybody to go as Steve Smith knocks down a 3. And Derek Fisher and the rest of the Lakers knows that it's over. They're not very used to losing, and it's going to be tough for them to swallow. But as Jack Nicholson said, the better team wins 7-game series, and San Antonio swept the Lakers during the regular season. They were up 2-0. The Lakers battled back to 2-2, but then it was San Antonio on Tuesday, and tonight on the road, finally a road team in this series. A road team in this series wins one, and it happens to be San Antonio, and they do it in dramatic fashion over the 3-time defending champion Lakers, 110-82. And San Antonio wins it going away. So they will go home, rest, and see who they meet in the Western Conference Finals, either Dallas or Sacramento. Jim Gray is with Kobe Bryant. Jim?
Okay, right now he's being congratulated by Tony Parker and Rose now. Kobe Bryant down here on the court. Kobe, it's a difficult moment for you. We appreciate your time. How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season and play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
David, unbelievable. It looked for a minute there like retirement was going to come earlier than you thought, and you're going to be playing some more. Your thoughts right now on beating the 3-time defending champions?
Unbelievable. They've been great champions. They've been so dominant. They've got 2 of the best players in the league, and really took a great team effort. We're proud of ourselves. It's a great hill for us to climb. Still got a lot of work left to do, but boy, this is a big one for us.
It's been an unusual series for you in that you've had games where you've fouled out scoreless, and you've had games where you've been an enormous difference. How has that been for you, David?
It's hard, playing 14, 15, 17, whatever minutes a game, whatever, but, I contribute in there on that floor. When I get in there, I just want to win games. I don't care. I guard Shaq. I do whatever I need to do, and, next series we might use me different, just like we did in Phoenix, so who knows?
Congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing you either against Sacramento or Dallas. I don't suppose you have a preference there.
It matters not. We're just excited to be moving to that next level.
All right, thank you, David. We'll go to your teammate, Tim Duncan, MVP of the NBA regular season. And Tim, you said we got to close it out tonight here at Staples Center, and you backed it up with the kind of performance that was necessary. How did you come up with that kind of performance?
Knew they were going to come out here with this home crowd and give a great effort. They want to push it to 7. These guys have been to had so much experience the last 3 years. We didn't want to take it to 7 with these guys. We wanted them to finish it tonight.
And the fourth quarter has been a bit of a bugaboo for this team in this series, and really, according to Greg Popovich, all season long. But tonight, the fourth quarter was spectacular for you guys. What was the difference?
Tony Parker took over. He really got in the middle of that thing and hit a couple floaters, got some guys open. They had to get into the paint a little bit. He found shooters. Shooters knocked out shots. It was just a good quarter for us.
And not only did he take over, you really took over. You went straight at Shaq, attacked him, and really gave the rest of your team confidence that if you can do that, surely they can handle their assignments. What was going through your mind as you took on the big man?
He's done a great job with me all series long, and I've been kind of fading away from him a little bit, and we watched some film yesterday before coming in here. Knew we'd have some time on him where he'd guard me, and just wanted to attack him, just want to get him back.
It's amazing Tony Parker has done what he's done, given he's the youngest starting point guard in the league at just 20. How much do you think he's grown up in this series?
He's grown up so much. He's taken a lot of crap from a lot of different people. He's hadn't played well. He played well, but he's kept with it. He's kept his head up, and he's really stayed with us.
Dallas and Sacramento. You split, I believe, with, let's see, you went 2-2 against Dallas, 3-1 versus Sacramento. It would seem then you'd want to play Sacramento, but as David said, doesn't really matter?
It doesn't really matter. We have no control over that, so we'll be ready for whoever comes out of it.
Congratulations, Tim Duncan, a marvelous, marvelous win, and you're going on to the Western Conference Finals.
Thank you.